Okay, so I'm going to try to make this one quick because I mentioned in the weekly Twin Flame Divine Partner weekly love reading that I just posted, I mentioned how I went on for like an hour or something and I checked all my settings. Anyway, they cut my mic even though everything I checked, every volume, every input, double check. Okay, anyway, I'm Capricorn. I know I checked. So, yeah, and like I said, I mentioned that in the reading that, so I'm going to do it now. Do it over and do it quickly. Yeah, because like I said, I did like an hour and something. I looked at I'm like, oh, I went on for like an hour or something. Oh, I didn't. But so anyway, it's all divine anyway. So we'll just concentrate on the dream, and this is why they. Anyway, it's all divine. So I don't want to say like they cut it off and they didn't want me to. But if God wanted it to go through, He would have allowed it to go through, right? So it's all about the timing, I guess. But so. What I mentioned in the Twin Flame Weekly Love Reading that I just posted was the fact that they had cut it off when I checked all the mics, all the sound to be all the way full volume. And then when I did the Silent Oracle Lunar Eclipse reading, I checked all the volumes to be all the way down. I think I even checked mute every single volume, even the one on just the computer. Okay, so anyway, yeah. And then it picked up all the sounds and everything. So, yeah, they just do whatever they want. But like I said, it's all divine. Okay, so I'll just share the dream instead of all the tangents that I went off on with it. So, okay, this was not last night. I don't believe the night before. So the night before that. Yeah, so whatever. And time's weird. It seems like the sun's going down early and then like rising late. And I don't know if it's time changes coming up. So I don't know. It just seems. But anyway, okay, the dream. So I'm dreaming. So the part that I want to share. So I'm in this room and it seems like kind of like a little rec room, kind of a small little rec room. Like it has a bunk bed there and seems kind of like a little transitional room, holding center, like intake when, like, you know, a child goes to the dependent unit or something. I don't know. It just had like a hospital kind of floor, you know, like those tiled kind of floors. Okay, and then had like an exit door and a couple windows, and over here was like a window with a door and like a stairwell going up, and there's an entryway into the other room where the people were coming in where I was, and I was like on this bunk bed thing, and it had like chicken wire around the sides, so I was kind of like caged in there sort of, but it was all open, like it was just boards, like big opening, and I could see everything clearly. So like I said, it just felt like a bunk bed would, you know, like it's open, but there's like a couple boards around. And so as they were coming in, I'm like, the first lady that came in, I'm thinking, oh God, all these people are coming in here. I'm like, what am I even doing in here? I'm like, how am I going to get out of here, man? What is this? I don't want to deal with this. Because it was just, I'm just like, jail, dependent unit, all this, okay. And that's why I went off on tangents, because the incident with jail, and I really felt, and I went there twice. The first, it was over the same thing that wasn't even, the guy didn't even show, it was an ex who tried to get me arrested and all this shit. It was a bunch of bullshit, okay? Because I broke up with him. Anyway, he was like 17 years older than me, okay? I'm 35, I don't know, I was in my mid-30s and he was 50. Anyway, he was 17, it was 17 years difference, so he was claiming anyway. Cuckoo! Anyway, that was the only time I ever went to jail, okay, was over this asshole. And then there was a warrant out because they reopened the case, and I didn't know this because even though the police from Petaluma where it happened had my address of where it was, but the Santa Rosa police didn't have it. So It was so stupid because the thing was based in Petaluma in the first place, but they reopened it. The warrant was issued in Santa Rosa. They reopened it. Even though I went to jail, whatever, got out, case dismissed, all that. Okay, they didn't even show up the second time. They continued it 3 times, and the person didn't show up. So I don't even know if that was like a TI thing because I didn't see the name on there or anything like that. But baby daddy... Because the second time when I went back, I was pregnant. So I just believe I was anchoring my energies the first time. And the second time, my son was anchoring his energies there for the divine feminine. Because, okay, now, jail, whatever. I never went to private school or any kind of place where it was just all female. Okay, well, maybe in the girls' locker room in high school and junior high is like the closest thing. Maybe like a slumber party but that was very short-lived kind of. So this and I never have been like on a retreat, whatever. So it was all divinely orchestrated for this to happen. Okay, however it happened. So, but like I said, baby daddy's mom was a lawyer. She helps people who are disabled get their disability benefits and all the back pay and all that. Anyway, even though she's a psychotic saboteur, she does have the heart of a saint. Bless her crazy soul. This is no judgment. Okay. But she had looked at the paper and said that it was his friend or something. So I can't remember if she had said the specific name, because the only one I could think of, I only met one of his friends once. Anyway. It was just weird. I don't know. This TI thing, man. Oh, man. I just feel like I'm dreading, having to go to court and prove, speak my truth and show all my evidence. And the fire report from the fire that I was in Guerneville, the second night that I was there, anyway. And it was weird because the whole place wasn't burnt down, but the guy, I remember the owner said the fridge was melted. Anyway, that's another video when I'll do pictures and I'll try to, I wish I was more savvy computer so I could just compile it all with the pictures and then what I want to say, overlay it, and then, anyway, scan the photos from the fire, my room number 9, it was the most badly damaged because they started the fire underneath in the room below me, because they know how fires work and they know that so anyway, yeah, I've already had attempts on my life, zapping me in my sleep and waking up with hives all up and down my arms, and yeah. And I made that connection when my niece said she went to go get x-rays. I just happened to, she came by when I was at my nephew's house and their brother and sister. She came by after she got an x-ray or something or whatever. And she was saying she got hives from it. And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, the nurse said that, warned me that could happen. I'm like, x-ray, hives. I didn't have hives when I went to sleep. This is when I was in Sacramento. And I wake up scratching myself. That's how I woke myself up, and I had hives all up and down my forearms. Anyway, so how do you get hives? And you're saying, oh, don't stress out, you get hives. Okay, I'm asleep. How am I stressing out and giving myself hives? I wasn't even having a bad dream, actually. So anyway, that's for another video, but it does have, it intertwines into what I'm going to talk about here with this dream. So I'm in this room, and it looks kind of like, I say dependent unit / whatever, because there was those, but jail, because the girls coming in were all in this gray, very washed out, faded gray, they were almost one more stage and it'd be pure white, you know what I mean? They were getting purified. So it was this one last stage and then out the exit, okay? So it all kind of looked like jail clothes, baggy, kind of on the thinner girls, they look kind of baggy, how gangster clothes kind of, whatever, Ben Davis, what, I was like, so, and that kind of is what the energy I was kind of getting lately too, of just popping in my head of yeah, I bet there's even gangster, because you think, entertaining angels unbeknownst, the drug addict on the street, whatever, you don't know, you better be careful how you treat people and what, so I was thinking, yeah, there's probably gangsters and stuff who were like like human, like earth angels who were light workers, or maybe they even got out of that and they got into like say nursing or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, I left that life behind, whatever. For me it was different kind of worldliness too, whatever, however it is, okay, the matrix, however they get you, right? However we allow ourselves to be sucked in, and then, but God, if we're to be awakened and know certain things and do certain things, that all happens. So that's about trust and faith. So, so because these girls seemed kind of younger, okay, I would say 30s max, definitely not in their 40s, but not like teenage young girls. So like full grown, like at least 18 and into their like 30s, but they all look young, okay? Like these girls that were in jail, but these were specifically like melanated women. The ones that I saw up close, I saw the one girl who was a nurse at the dermatologist's office walk through the doorway, and I was like, and I saw her face, and then that's when I was like, oh God, I can't take, because her name's Anna, and maybe that's why it was something that was like, my heart just went, oh, I can't take this, and I felt tears running down my face, and I like ran out of the room, and I woke up before I like got out, but, because first was like a black woman that she came in, I say melanated, whatever, okay, she had like short, woolly hair, okay, like kind of short on the sides, and then a little bit of like length on top, okay, but like the woolly, okay. So it was kind of just very ancient, seemed just simple, not. It would seem like a hairstyle that an older black woman would have, but it was a younger woman. So I was just like getting this ancient, natural, more organic vibe coming up out through, especially melanated, younger melanated women, Hispanic, you want to say African, Hebrew, whatever, melanated, okay? But what I saw specifically was first a black woman. She came up very close, and she was very interested in, she was like looking at my ring. I remember my left hand was up like on the rail, like a piece of the wood, okay? And my hand was up here, like just, kind of leaning, watching what was unfolding. And she came in, okay. I say the African woman, the younger with the woolly, shorter hair, okay. And she was like looking all fascinated, like big eyes looking at my ring, because my hand was up here, and she reached her hand up there and was all, and the only thing I could think of was like she was looking at my ring. And then the next thing I saw was that the Hispanic nurse at the dermatologist's office, which is a class action lawsuit, everything's happening, and her name's Anna, okay, and this ring is my great-grandmother, Anna, okay, and that's my middle name, which is what I go by. It's Gretchen Anna. Actually, Anna, she had a sister when she was a baby who died as a baby named Gretchen, so I inherited both their names, Gretchen Anna. So the first woman who came in before any of the divine feminine, jailmate, whatever, that were transforming and being purified, okay, the younger melanated women, was, I believe, an Angelic, Anunnaki, because it was white skin and like curly-ish blonde, maybe a tinge of reddish to it, but just blonde, not like platinum blonde, but blonde, okay, like that blonde, hay straw blonde, okay, like a lot of color to it, but blonde, and it was like curly and a little bit past the shoulders, and I just remember very fair skin and that hair, and then all black. She was wearing like a black, like just like a plain, like a man's kind of shirt, like what is it, like a polo shirt, short sleeve with a little collar, a couple buttons. I didn't really see details. I saw that it was short sleeve and kind of like a tailored kind of a thing. It wasn't like a slouchy t-shirt. And then very fitted like cop pants, like black polyester type, like very fitted to where it like flattens your butt kind of, and yeah, she was just in all black, and she was silent. When she first came in and turned around, and I said that, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be in here. And she just turned around and stood at attention basically, and her butt was basically like in my face, so I kind of like leaned around and looked over so I could see what, because there was like a doorway and there was another room and people were coming in from there. And the colors of their clothes, there was like tubs on the table. It seemed like those bussers tables that bussers bins, you know, those tubs that are for bussing tables. I used to bus tables, and so it was the same color as their uniforms, very washed out gray, almost to white and purified, like stone gray. Okay, so it was like the last phase of these, last wave, last phase, like, because it was like, to the right was this stairwell that was dark in a doorway, and then to the left it was more bright and a couple windows and a doorway in the center and like an exit, and like they were gonna go out that way. Okay, like they came in through this other room though that was connected to this room, that's just through like a little corridor doorway. There was no actual door that you could open and close, but you could see into the other room, like a dining room kind of situation. Okay, you could see into the kitchen. It's just an archway, basically square, whatever it was. So I was really getting like the last bits of purification of the divine feminine to really master herself, master her energies, purify, really be led by her higher self, by her higher guidance, by her team. Okay, represented by the woman there, the angelic, Anunnaki, Elohim, you know, related to Archangel Gabriel, something kind of look like that. Hope. Okay, maybe that was Hope. So definitely got like galactic guidance energy from her. Okay, and so, you know, the melanated young women, the Anunnaki, Elohim, our creators, the galactic family, it's all the same thing. Angelics, aliens, it's all one. Okay, it's just we have to use different words because of, based on our belief systems, what we're comfortable with. But then when we dismantle those belief systems and we don't have belief systems anymore, we're just an empty vessel for God's information to just keep flowing. We don't hold on to knowing, right? We just keep flowing, so we don't hold on to knowing. There is no knowing. Or maybe there is. I don't know. So yeah, that felt really good. I wanted to share that and get that out. I hope they're gonna allow me to upload this. We'll see. They were just messing with. I had to shut my computer off and mess and go back and whatever, because they were messing with the upload with the reading that I just posted. So, yeah, we're gonna get this done. Yeah, I just wanted to make that short and sweet. Is there anything else I wanted to share? Yeah, just the thing with the going to jail, just anchoring that all woman kind of vibe was really important. Hold on, let me plug this in really quick. Of course, at the time I didn't realize that, but now in hindsight, after, you know, the twin flame and waking up, blah, blah, I really understand what that was about. It wasn't about pain and suffering and victimhood. It was about the soul contracts, karma, anchoring, energy, when you're a powerful light worker and you're going through all this, until you understand what it's all about, it looks like it's just, you know, the Murphy's Law life, the hard knock life, and so yeah, it's just coming out of the matrix and being led by the spirit instead of the desires of the flesh. Not that you don't have the desires of the flesh. You have it. You're always going to have the ego, the desires of the flesh. But it's you transcend it to the point where now you're above that and you're being led by a higher guidance, your higher self that's anchored in your creator. So tethered to God. And yeah, that's our safety net. Nothing down here is our safety net. There is no safety down here. Okay, safety is only with God. That's the only true safety there is. So, but we can have as much safety as we can co-create with God down here by mastering our energies, by being as pure as we can. That doesn't mean perfect. Okay, being pure. perfect. God can only is the embodiment of, is the epitome, the perfection, the apex of purity and perfection. So, but we can embody more and more of that. We can anchor more and more of that. We can be led more and more often by that, more and more and more. So that's what that's all about. And I'll leave it there. That's 2020. So I love you guys. Peace and blessings.